How you doing? Good to see everybody who's there, whether you're watching this live with me currently or whether you're watching this on video. Doesn't really matter. It is a 60-minute Vinyasa class, and my name is Spencer, and I'll be leading the class today. We shall begin in seated posture. I'm going to give you the choice of how you want to begin in seated posture. If you want to sit on your heels, feel free to go there. If you want to sit in easy seated posture, feel free to go there. If you'd like to lift your hips up on a block, feel free to go there. If you have half lotus in your practice or full lotus, it is early in the practice, so your hips might not be quite open yet, but feel free to go there. I'm going to start in half lotus today. So we'll just come to our mindful meditative breath. You can have your eyes closed should you choose. Maybe your hands are on your knees, facing down to ground, facing up, maybe with thumb and index finger coming together to receive. Back is straight, spine is tall, chin slightly tucked. We're not rolled over here. Try to bring those shoulder blades back towards one another. Nice tall spine. Our breath is quiet and soft here. Texture of the breath is smooth and easy. Just beginning to settle into your yoga head, to your yoga mind, letting go of anything that has transpired during the day or anything that you're looking towards after class today or tomorrow. Shoulders relax down. Beginning to recognize any internal dialogues that you may be having. Acknowledging those dialogues, accepting them for what they are, nothing but dialogue. And then releasing and letting go. Coming back to your breath when your mind wanders, focusing, concentrating on that breath. And when your mind wanders, maybe coming back to that breath in a three-part pattern. Taking the first breath to bring you back and focusing on that breath. Followed by a second breath, maybe focusing on your environment. The sounds, the texture, the temperature. And then on the third breath, joining together, yoking together, both the internal breath and the external environment, making them into one. Now, you may need to do that 1,000 times. That's okay. Take one or two final mindful meditative breaths. And now we'll begin to deepen our breath and move into our Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi. So now your breath will be slightly audible, maybe only internally. And the texture of your breath will be roughened and coarse now, like sandpaper. Feeling the vibration of the air as it passes over the back of the throat, into the bronchi, into the lungs. Lungs expanding, rib cage expanding, diaphragm dropping on your inhale. And then your exhale, a snoring sound, an oceanic sound, diaphragm raising up, rib cage contracting, lungs contracting, exhaling through the nose. Inhale. Inhale, building heat, building fire, recognizing this style of breath during your practice when you need that additional fire in the belly. Take 2 or 3 final Ujjayi breaths. And I encourage you to expand and lengthen your out breath. Maybe making it even longer than your in breath, controlling that breath. That's where your control comes from. Your out breath, your exhale. Final Ujjayi breath. Now we will deepen our breathing pattern one final time as we move into a cleansing breath. Inhale deeply. And this time you'll pause at the top of your breath for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Mouth opens wide. Exhale. Emptying the lungs. Inhale. Back is straight, shoulders slightly retracted, chin slightly tucked. Pause. Exhale. Inhale. Pause, and this time sip. Exhale. You're steaming a small compact mirror right in front of your mouth. I say that in almost every class. But that's what I want you to think about, a small mirror right in front of your mouth. As you exhale, you're steaming that mirror. Inhale. Pause and sip. And exhale. Take 2 final cleansing breaths. And again, I encourage you to extend that exhale to the best of your ability. Building strength, building stamina in that pulmonary system will help you through your practice in those difficult postures. Will also help you in your life, inhaling that oxygen, engaging the parasympathetic nervous system, activating, creating calmness and equanimity. Final breath here. Pause and sip. Exhale. Let's move into our spinal range of motion series. So we'll begin with spinal side flexion. Let's place the right palm to the outside of the right hip. Left arm comes up tall. Now we're going to press down into that palm to lift up on the left side. Touch the ceiling with your fingers on your inhale. And then on your exhale, begin to take your left fingertips towards the right wall. Now the left hip is pressing down into the mat. Your gaze can either be under your left arm or into your left palm. You want to try to sunset. That means try to lay that left biceps directly over the left ear and try to straighten that arm, lengthen, opening that left shoulder joint, the glenohumeral joint. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. If you have it in your practice, to come down to a block on your forearm or come down to the floor on your forearm. No need to, but if you have that, go for it. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, left side body opening. Inhale brings you back to center. Let's switch the arms out. Left palm comes down. Fingertips facing forward. Right arm comes up tall. Right biceps directly next to that right ear. Let's press down to lift up. Really feel that right glenohumeral joint, that right shoulder joint opening, lengthening, and then on your exhale, you'll take your side bend. Your lateral flexion, feel that right shoulder joint opening, feel that right side body opening as you press the right hip into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, sun setting that right biceps over the right ear. Gaze is under the right shoulder or into the right palm. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen, and come back to center. Let's take the arms up tall. We're going to go into eagle arms. We're going to take the right arm under the left, crossing at the elbow, regular eagle arms. If you can bring your palms together in Namaskar, feel free to do so. If not, make a fist. If not, go for the shoulders. Pressing the elbows together, pressing the forearms together, pressing the wrists together. We're going to inhale, elbows come up tall, and then exhale, we're going to bring our forearms to the floor, if you can get there, and then drop the head back down. Rolling the shoulders now. If you can't get to the floor, good time to have a pillow, a block, or a blanket to bring that floor closer to you. Feel the shoulder joints pressing forward, internal rotation of both shoulder joints. The scapula, the shoulder blades are rotating out. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Sucking the belly button in. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale brings you back up. If your legs are crossed, uncross and recross. I'll go into half lotus on the opposite side now. And now we'll go for the other side. Arms sweep up tall. Now we'll take the left arm under the right arm. Now I have a little bit of a shoulder injury, although it's getting much better. So I'm just going to go for the shoulders. I'm letting go of my ego. That has not always been the easiest thing for me, but I let go of my ego. Inhale, grow tall. If you're in eagle arms. Exhale and forward fold. So if this would have been me 10 years ago, I would have gone for eagle on this side, and if my shoulder ripped out of the joint, I would have been okay with that. But I'm finally a little bit smarter, maybe a little bit older, and a little bit more kind and compassionate to myself. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale brings you back to center. Let's take the right leg out long. Bend the left knee. Outside of the left foot comes to the outside of the right knee. We'll take a twist here. So a couple different ways you can do this. Okay? You can grab your grab your knee with your elbow and forearm. The left palm is going to come to the back, to the spine, as close to the spine as you can get it. This is probably the best way to do this. So we're going to inhale, grow, press into the left palm, and then exhale, take your twist. You're looking over your left shoulder, and you're pulling your left knee across your body with your right arm. Suck the belly button in to give that thigh a little bit more room to move. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, take your twist. Gaze over the left shoulder. Press down into the left palm. Inhale, grow. Exhale, twist. And release. We'll take the left leg out long. Right knee bends outside of the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Right palm to the base of the spine if possible. Left elbow grabbing that right knee. Inhale, press down into the right palm. Exhale, take your twist. So now the gaze is over the right shoulder. One day the shoulders are stacking. Suck the belly button in. Inhale, press down. Exhale and twist. Right shoulder coming behind you. Left shoulder, left rib cage coming forward. Abdominal obliques activating. Final time. Press down for your inhale. Exhale, twist. And make your way back to center. We'll cross the legs, roll over the knees. We'll find ourselves in tabletop position. So in tabletop, knees directly under the hips, elbows directly under the shoulders, wrists directly under the elbows, fingertips pointing forward, middle finger or index finger pointing directly forward, gripping your mat. You can have the toes rolled under should you choose, or the feet flat should you choose. We'll take a couple cow-cats. So let's inhale, we'll drop our belly and gaze upward. Throat chakra opens, drishti point towards the junction of the ceiling and the wall. Exhale, chin comes to chest, pressing into the palms, doming the spine towards the ceiling. Throat choke. Inhale for cow. full spinal extension here. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And now I invite you to take 2 or 3 final cow-cats on your own. And if you'd like to engage your hips, your shoulders, your neck, just move in any way that you choose here, listening to your body, opening up the shoulder joints maybe, opening up the hip joints maybe rolling the toes under. And after you've done 2 or 3, you'll come back to neutral tabletop. And hold here. Now we're going to step that right foot back, bringing the arch of that right foot onto the mat. Press the left palm into the mat, left knee into the mat, and we'll open up into gate pose. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Holding here, gazing into that right thumb, pressing down into the left palm. Now you have a couple variations. You can stay right here, or you can lift that left leg. Or if you'd like to come into full side plank, you can extend that, you can extend the left leg back. You were lifting the right leg before. Extend that arm up tall, lifting the hips. Your feet can either be stacked or in a line. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Make your way back to gate posture if you're not there. And then let's lift that right leg up. We'll go into half moon. And then from here, we're going to bend that right knee. Right palm takes hold of that right foot. And begin to take yourself into a back bend. Gaze is upward. Chest opening towards the ceiling. Kicking into the hand. Full hip extension here for 3. For 2. For 1. And release. Right knee down. Right palm down. 1 set of cow-cat. And we'll move to the other side. This time the left leg comes back. We'll bring the arch of the left foot into the mat. Right palm comes down. And we'll sweep that left arm up for gate pose. So you're pressing down into the right hand. Now try not to let the left hip sink. Try to keep that left hip up. You're keeping that left hip up using your core muscles. Touching the ceiling with your left fingertips. Now, different layers here. You can stay right here, that's perfectly fine. Or you can lift that left leg up into half moon. Or you can take this into side plank. I'm going to stay in half moon. But you can take that right leg under the left. For 3. For 2. For 1, full side plankers, make your way back to gate pose. Lift that left leg, half moon, and then we'll bend that left knee, grabbing the left foot with the left hand, pressing down into the right palm, opening the heart towards the ceiling, pressing into that left hand, kicking into that left hand, for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Child's pose. Hips come back towards the heels, toes touching together, big toes touching together, knees out long, and we'll settle in for child's pose. A resting position, but not a position of stagnation. So this is active. Even though it's rest, it's active. Come back to your breath. Maybe find a cleansing breath or 2 here. Maybe moving yourself back into mindful meditative breath. And begin to walk your fingertips back towards your body. Back into table pose. And then we're going to roll the toes under, lift the hips up, and we find our way into down dog. Pressing the heels towards the floor, bending the knees should you choose, bringing the thighs towards the knees. Shoulders are opening here. This is a shoulder opener. So try not to lean forward. You want to press the chest towards the thighs, opening the shoulder joints. We're going to take a Vinyasa ladder. I'm going to face the camera for this. So we'll take a 3-part Vinyasa ladder here. Follow my cues. From down dog, we'll roll over to the tippy toes and roll ourselves forward into a high push-up, keeping the hips up tall. Shoulders over the wrists, maybe even a little forward. And then exhale, press back into down dog. Inhale brings our way into high push-up. You can drop your knees should you choose. And then exhale with the elbows in tight, low push-up. Back to high push-up. And back to down dog. This is the final part of the Vinyasa, and this will be the Vinyasa that you'll do during the remainder of the practice. You can always sit these out. These are optional. Inhale forward in a high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to bend the knees ever so slightly, peek to the top of the mat, and either step or hop to the top of the mat, and we'll find our way in a forward fold, Uttanasana. You can grab your elbows one another, sway side to side, ragdoll. If you're warmed up pretty well, or if you've been doing this for a long time and you want to go for yoga toe lock, or you want to go for ankles or for heels, feel free to go there. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, our arms sweep up tall. Hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose, cleansing breath. So I think it's the hottest day of the year outside so far. So we're getting close to summer, everybody, at least on the East Coast here. We'll move into our sun salutations. We'll do one sun A and one sun B. And as always, we will add lunges into the middle. I'm going to do some facing long ways and then some facing directly into the camera. Follow my lead. One breath, one motion. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Now you can bring your hands to your heart center to forward fold, or you can swan dive, bringing your arms out wide. Inhale, hands come to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's step that right foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. We'll take our Vinyasa. Forward in the high push-up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe press down into the tops of the feet. Press down into the palms, lift the thighs. And then exhale, roll over the toes. Down dog. Inhale, we lift that right leg up tall. Exhale, step it through to the top of the mat. Knee directly over the ankle. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up tall. We're going to bring the palms together. Thumbs are crossed. And then releasing the index fingers. We'll set up for our first back bend. Biceps back towards the ears. Press down, lift up, press forward, and drop back. Tracing a straight line on the ceiling. First back bend, be gentle. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. Inhale, forward high plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts tall. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we sweep the arms up tall. Set up for back bend number 2. Press down, lift up, hips press forward, chest press up, eyes finding the back wall. Tracing a straight line on the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose, cleansing breath. If there are days and times where you feel you just don't have enough time to get to your yoga, do 10 sun salutations just as we did them. And you will have engaged every muscle and every system in your body. It should only take you a few minutes. We're actually coming up to the summer solstice. One of the studios that I teach at always has a summer solstice half mala. So a mala, this is a mala. It's a prayer bead to be used when you're meditating most of all. That's what I use it for. This is my meditation spot. And there are 108 beads in a mala, plus the Buddha bead. So over the years, we've done a half mala, 54 sun salutations. We break it up a little bit, but it's kind of fun. Sun salutation B, we'll add Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, we fold and sweep our fingertips onto the floor and make our way in the chair pose. So sit your butt down and sit your butt back. The majority of the weight is on the back half of the foot. Toes may even lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. We'll step the right foot back into a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot back, down dog. If you'd like to take a 3-legged vinyasa here, feel free to go there. Right leg would come up. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, left foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we'll sweep the arms up tall. Set up for back bend number 3 in this sequence. Go for it here. Press down, lift up, press forward, drop back. Touch the wall behind you. Hold, breathe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot back, down dog. 3-legged vinyasa yogis, left leg comes up tall. Forward in the high push-up. Exhale and lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart. Exhale, right foot forward and fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, we fold. and we sweep up into Utkatasana chair pose. Holding here, bringing the knees back. Take a peek at your toes. If you can't see them, bring the knees back. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And we'll stand up tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Good time for a little drink here. Maybe wiping your brow. Inhale, arm sweep up tall. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, shins. Exhale, fold. We step that right foot back. We're in a runner's lunge. Inhale, lifts us into crescent lunge. Right heel pushing toward the back wall. Left knee bent over the left ankle. Let's bring the hands together. Lift up tall. Maybe take a slight side bend to the right, opening that left side body. Hold here. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, sink. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, side bend to the left. Feel that right side body opening. Biceps back towards the ears. Inhale brings you back to center. Let's turn that right foot and we'll open into Warrior Two. So in Warrior Two, this is a hip opener. So bring that left hip back. At the same time, you're pressing the outer portion, the knife edge of that right foot away from you. One day the thigh is parallel to the floor on the left side and the arms are out long. Shoulders directly over the hips. You're touching the wall in front of you with your left hand. You're touching the wall behind you with your right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's straighten that left leg and maybe step the right foot in a little bit. Reset. Still in Warrior Two arms. We're going to move into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So begin to lean forward. Touch the wall in front of you with your left fingers, kicking your right hip away. When you get as far as you can, turn your palms to the front, turn your chin to the right, to the shoulder, and begin to make your way down with your left arm and up with your right arm. Again, I'm going to do a little bit of a bind because my right shoulder is still not where it needs to be. So I'm binding. So by binding, I'm actually rotating that right shoulder back, which is where we want to be here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale brings us back to Warrior Two. Inhale, right palm to the outside of the right thigh. Flip the left palm. Exhale, we move into Reverse Warrior. So try to pay attention to that left knee. We don't want to lose the bend. You can either roll the fingertips of the right hand down towards your foot, or you can bind. Maybe take a quick peek at your right foot. Take this into a twist. Extend the left fingertips long. Touch the wall behind you. Inhale. Exhale brings us back to Warrior Two. Inhale. Exhale. We bend that left elbow and bring that left forearm to the left thigh. Inhale. And then let's sunset that right arm over that right ear for extended side angle. Now, a couple things here. We want a nice straight line from the right foot to the right fingertips. So see this a lot where that hip comes up. To get that hip down, it has to be in the knee. See that fulcrum there? Knee bends, hip comes down. So try to bend that knee. Now, if you have a bind here, go for your bind. If you have Bird of Paradise and you'd like to play in Bird of Paradise, feel free to go there. I'm just going to stay right here for now. Inhale. Exhale. Find your Ujjayi breath here. Let go of that dialogue. Come back to that breath. Use that 3-part breathing pattern. Final breath here. If you're in bird or you're in a bind, begin to make your way back to traditional extended side angle. Inhale brings us back to warrior 2. Exhale, we frame out the left foot. Step the left foot back. We're in down dog. Inhale, forward in the high push-up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding here. We'll move to the other side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, top of the mat. Inhale, lifts the heart into runner's lunge. Exhale. Inhale brings us into crescent lunge on the right. So now the left heel is kicking away. Right knee is bent solid and strong. I'm doing this facing the camera this time. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale brings the palms together, maybe releasing the index fingers. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, let's take a side bend to the left. Feel that right side body opening. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, grow. Exhale, side bend to the right. Now that left side body is opening up tall. Feel the intercostal muscles lengthening, opening. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, sink. Inhale opens us up into warrior 2. So now that right knee is bent. I'm facing into the camera this time so I can show you a sagittal view from the front here so that you see I'm trying to keep my butt from sticking back all the time in this posture, in this next sequence of postures. That's a tendency that people have to do, is that butt kicks out. Okay, so we want to bring the hips forward, opening the hip joint. So from warrior 2, inhale. Exhale, sink. Now begin to straighten the right leg. Maybe shorten your stance ever so slightly. Right palm still out in front. We're going to lean towards the front wall as far as you can go. Arms parallel to the mat. And then turn the palms and begin to make your way down. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. Now this is a really good view. If you see here, I'm sticking my butt out. This is what I see all the time. So try to press the hips forward. Make an imprint of your hips on the wall in front of you. I have you between 2 panes of glass. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale brings us back to warrior 2. Opening that right knee now. Can you see the big toe on your right foot? If you can't see the big toe, that's probably because the knee is in the way. So open that knee up and you'll see that big toe. That's opening that hip. Left palm to the left thigh. Right palm flips. Exhale. Reverse warrior. Try to maintain that bend in that right knee. Touching the back wall with your right fingertips. Maybe gazing down at your left foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. We bend that right elbow. Right forearm to the right thigh. And then on our exhale, we extend that left arm tall. Touching the wall in front of us with our left fingers. Dropping the left hip down. Again, I'm between 2 panes of glass, so my butt is not sticking out here, hopefully. I'm bringing it forward, imprinting my pelvis on the wall in front of me. If you went into a bind or bird on the opposite side, feel free to go there. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale brings you back to warrior two. Exhale, frames the feet out, right foot out with both hands. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Optional vinyasa. And you'll find yourself back in down dog. So from down dog, let's bend the knees ever so slightly. Gaze to the top of the mat. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Find your way in forward fold. Inhale, the arms sweep up tall. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Now, from the top of your mat, step the right foot to the back right corner of your mat so that you are in a wide-legged position. Now, where to put the feet? Preferably, toes pigeon toe in ever so slightly, with majority of the weight from me on the outside of the foot. If that is not in your practice, either because of tight hips or low back pain or sciatic pain, you can bring your toes to parallel or open them ever so slightly. I'm going to go with pigeon-toed. Hands come to hips. Let's inhale and grow tall, and then on our exhale, we'll make our way down to 90 degrees. Now bring the shoulders back, and if you're comfortable here, you can bring the arms out to a T. Chin is forward. Find your drishti point about 3 or 4 feet in front of you. That'll keep your back flat here. Press into the outer edges of the feet, maybe even lifting the arches of the foot. You're really applying pressure to the outer shin muscles here. It's called the peroneus longus, so you're really stretching and lengthening that muscle. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. You can bring your palms to the floor. If you're comfortable here and you want to go for a yoga toe lock, feel free to do that. If you're comfortable there and you want to go for the outside of the feet, feel free to go there. And settle into your wide-legged forward fold. If I have any flying yogis out there, this is a wonderful time to make yourself into a headstand or a handstand. I'll let you go there. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale brings your hands back to your hips. Now, we're going to place the, we're going to take the right palm to the outside of the left ankle, and the left arm comes behind in a bind, and take a twist. So you're pressing that right palm into the left ankle and taking your twist. Inhale, exhale, twist, and back to center. Left hand to the outside of the right ankle, right palm to the right hip. Inhale, both legs straight if possible. Exhale, take your twist. Inhale, exhale, twist, and back to center. Inhale, exhale, hands come to the hips, and on our inhale, we stand up. We'll hold here for a moment. Now, turn the feet all the way out. Key here, knees are over the ankles. A lot of times I see the ankles way out further, and that puts a lot of extra stress on the knees. So the best position for the knee would be a nice good stacking directly over the ankle. That's where its greatest strength is. Inhale, hands come to the hips. Exhale, sink. Bring both knees, roll both knees outward. That's going to open up that hip joint. You're going to feel it in the groin and the inguinal region. And then let's come into cactus pose, cactus arms. Upper arm parallel to the floor. Elbows bent at 90. Bring the elbows behind you, pressing the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Inhale, right heel comes up off of the floor, pressing into the right toes. Exhale, right foot down. Inhale, left heel comes up, hold here. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale. Exhale, sink. You know what's coming next. Inhale, both heels come up. Come up onto the tippy toes. Back is straight. Try not to roll forward for 3, for 2, for 1. Heels come down. Arms sweep up tall. Feet come together. Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Come back to the breath. Influx of oxygen, outflow of carbon dioxide. Parasympathetic nervous system engaging. And let's move into our balancing series. So we started the practice seated with eagle arms, so let's move into eagle now. So feet are together, arms sweep up tall. On your exhale, we're going to cross the arms one another at the elbows, right arm under the left. And then if you can get your palms together, wonderful. If you can't, that's okay. You'll go into a fist or you'll hold the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, sit. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Now, if you just cross it over here, that's fine. If you have a practice where you can bind that foot, that's great. Elbows and knees in one line. Sit. Maybe drop the elbows down here. The 14 major joints of the body opening up. Inhale. Sit down. Lean back. And release. So the 14 major joints in the body are all being activated in this posture. Shoulder joint, elbow joint, wrist joint, hip joint, knee joint, ankle joint, both sides, that's 12, sacroiliac joint, 14 major joints of the skeleton, all in one posture. Inhale, arms sweep up tall. This time the left arm comes under the right. I'm a little limited here, so I'm going for shoulders just like I did seated. Inhale. Exhale, we'll sit down. Inhale, that left leg comes up. If you can wrap it around the calf, great, but doesn't really matter. Elbows and knees lined up. Balancing, digging that right big toe into the mat. Sitting down and leaning back. Hold here for 3, for 2, for 1, arms sweep up tall, hands come to heart center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Cleansing breath. Hands come to heart center. We'll bring that right knee into the chest. We're going to move into Shiva pose. So, that right knee comes behind the left knee and then bend the left leg, bringing the right heel towards the glute for Shiva pose. Try not to lean forward. Upward facing dog back. Inhale. Exhale. Knee comes back to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go for Shiva pose again. Inhale. Right knee to the chest. Exhale. Right knee cap behind the left. Inhale. And release. Right foot is the balance foot. Hands come to heart center. We'll bring that left knee up. Inhale. Exhale. Left knee directly behind the right. and we sit down into Shiva pose. So you're trying to bring your left heel towards your glute. At the same time, the right knee is bending and your gaze is upward. Back is flat. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, Shiva. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, Shiva pose. Inhale, knee to chest. And Tadasana, mountain pose. Let's make our way to our seats. Bend the knees and bring the knees in towards the chest. Palms come to the floor, fingertips facing behind you. We're going to move into reverse table or reverse plank. So reverse table, inhale, exhale. Your feet should be about hip width apart. I forgot to mention that. Feet about hip width apart, knees about hip width apart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press into the palms, press into the soles of the feet, and lift the hips up tall. Shoulder opener, hip extender. Now, if you're comfortable here and you would like to take this into full reverse plank, straighten the legs, try to bring the soles of the feet to the mat, hold here, and release. Now, if you did reverse plank and you couldn't get the soles of your feet on the mat, and you're wondering how in the world can anybody do that, that has to do with lots of different things going on in the foot, particularly range of motion of that ankle. And I talk about range of motion of the foot and ankle in my classes all the time. So the more range of motion you develop in your ankle joint, the more you're going to be able to plantar flex your foot and get the sole of the foot onto the mat. It also has to do with calf strength. So strengthening the calf muscles will help. And also has to do with elasticity and lengthiness, if that's a word, of the shin muscles. So from seated, we're going to make our way to the floor. Let's go into Navasana, boat pose first. So knees are bent, shins parallel to the mat, holding on behind the hamstrings. Let's extend the arms out long. Bring the thighs towards the chest. Gaze is upward. And then on a count of 5, we'll make our way to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're on your back, you've made your way to the floor, holding here. Let's take a wind removing pose. So with legs out long, we'll bend the right knee. Clasping the fingers just 2 inches below that right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Take the right knee slightly out to the side and then back in so that the knee, the shoulder, and the ankle are all in one line. Left shoulder pressing into the floor. Your elbows should be about even with one another. So if one elbow is way up and the other is way down, try to bring them in together. That will give you a nice even pull onto that right thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to shoulder. And release. Inhale, left knee bends. Clasp right below the kneecap. Inhale. Exhale, take that left thigh ever so slightly out to avoid the rib cage. And then back to that left shoulder. Engaging the descending colon. The right side engages and activates the ascending colon. Nice straight line, take a peek. Our ankle has a tendency to migrate to the midline here, so bring it out. Nice straight line, ankle, knee, and shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, pull in and hold. And release. Bringing both legs up together, we'll grab around our knees. If you can grab your elbows one another, great. If not, don't worry about it. You can go for your forearms or wrists. Suck the belly button in to give yourself some room. Inhale. Exhale. Chest and thighs come together, holding here, flattening the cervical spine, so bringing the chin down towards the chest. Nice straight spine, spine is in full flexion here. Now for the last couple of breaths, if you'd like to take the forehead towards the knees, roll yourself into as small a ball as possible. For 3, for 2, for 1. Release the arms out to the side. Release the legs out long. If there is anything that you choose to do to seal your own personal private practice, this would be the time to do so. Otherwise, you can make your way into our final posture of today's practice, final Shavasana. Most challenging and difficult of all of our asanas, requiring stillness of mind as well as stillness of body. For me, this is when a lot of epiphanies take hold. Maximum oxygen flow, maximum circulatory flow, nervous system at its peak and activated. Relax your feet, ankles, and toes. Relax your shins and calves, your thighs, your hamstrings. Relax your hips, your belly, your chest. Relax your fingers, hands, and wrists. Relax your arms, relax your shoulders. Relax your neck, relax your jaw. Relax your face, relax your forehead. Relax your crown. Relax your mind. Begin to allow consciousness and awareness to return to your bodies. If you'd like to wiggle your toes and fingers, maybe shake your head yes and no. Coming back. And then if you would like, you can take your arms above your head, clasping your hands together. Maybe taking a final good morning stretch, stretching from the tips of your toes to the tips of your fingers. And then rolling onto your right side, fetal position, maybe resting your head on your right arm. And then making your way to the top of your mat, either an easy seated posture, half lotus or full lotus. I was talking in a prior class about fear and gratitude, and how gratitude is the antidote to fear. And that when a person feels fear in their life, the best way to fight that fear is to think about gratitude. What are they grateful for? Because you can't be fearful and have gratitude at the same time. So I found something else about gratitude today. Gratitude is essential to transform your own personal path to happiness. It is important to give thanks each day for the abundance that exists in your own life. The more you are grateful, the more you will have to be grateful about. It's really very simple, and a process that feeds itself. It teaches you to pay attention, to be awake in the present moment, and to be grateful for the little things in everyday life. Barbara Ann Kipfer, What Would Buddha Say? Everybody's getting to see all of my books. We'll bring our hands to heart center. Eyes closed. If you'd like to join me in a practice sealing Om, feel free to do so. I can hear you, believe it or not. If you choose not to, that's okay. We'll take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We'll exhale to Om. As we bring our thumb knuckles between our eyebrows to our third eye and take a slight bend towards one another, the light in me honors the light in each of you. I thank you as always for allowing me to be your guide in our practice together today. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Peace.